you know, I've got to say, this is what happens when you team up with a pro. You end up having to move on days when you personally would avoid it. But I'm going to need some tissue. It's got to come off. Much as it's regrettable, the glove has got to come off. I've got to be able to see. I'd like better than what I can now. This is just not good enough for this vision. Well, do you know what? Maybe I should have just left it till tomorrow. In retrospect, I didn't see this persistent heavy drizzle in the forecast. This I didn't get, you know, didn't see this coming, and I did check. So this is kind of important now. Weaving around all over the place. Partly because I'm moving cameras, I'm getting gloves on, I'm doing things, I'm doing the, you know, glasses. There we go. I always feel when I haven't got the coat zipped up, like I'm sort of acting like a hard guy, you know? Like I don't need to zip my coat up, you know? I might get dry. There's a little narrow pinch point coming up ahead. So I'm keeping my eye on that. Well, that was fairly well done. I used the sort of traditional method that they say of keeping an eye on one bank, and in fairness it worked. Right, let's get this bloody coat zipped up. Come on, let us not tarry any longer. Mind you, this is quite good. This fleece, this is an excellent fleece. It is very waterproof. It's amazingly waterproof. It's like back in the 90s, I remember when sort of water-resistant fleeces were coming out a bit, and they were asking hundreds, you know. I can't work the zip with me glove on. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. I got the wrong zip. It sounds a stupid question, but there are two zips on this garment for zipping a fleece into it. Wow, this is turned out. Jeez. Is Dave just waterproof or what? How could he have known this was coming? And let me even look this bad on the forecast. Bloody forecasters. You shower of bastards. Not happy. It dribbles as well. It did look, it works. I'm not going to moan back to thermocol, right? Because that would be out of order. That would be bang out of order. I want to check the map and see when the lift bridge is. But I sort of, excuse me. I dare not do it. Why dare I not do it? Oh, because I won't. Or unless it might work. Oh, I don't. Do you know what? I don't care. I don't care when the lift bridge is. I'm not taking these gloves off now. My hands are warming up. Dave and Di may be texting me to say you come through the bridge or don't come through the bridge, or I just don't care. Honestly, why am I even moving a boat here in these conditions? I've been sensible about picking my moving days for months and months, and that's why you've hardly ever seen me like this in get plastered with rain. You know, yeah, you don't see it because I don't do it. And let's get the. I don't need this anyway. I wasn't sure. I took that with me, the windlass, because I wasn't sure if it was a winding swing bridge. You know, I wasn't sure what it might be. But it's electric. It's electric. So, but the thing is, I've got Dave's key, so I don't know how that's going to work. I can only. The thing is, right, Dave's such a trooper and a gentleman. He would probably get off again and let Di through, even though it's probably Di's turn to work the gate. He would probably get off, but I've got his key, so this will be interesting. To see how they're going to work this one. Maybe he'll stop nearby, grab her key, and then press on. I don't know quite how this is going to work. The cameras are both working. Cameras are still working, so that's good. Is the rain easing off? Feels like maybe it is a little bit. I don't even know if the gimbals are properly waterproof. You know, me fancy new gimbals. I don't even know if they're properly waterproof. You know, that could end in disaster. But you know, we're not far from Macclesfield now. We're closing the distance, so all of my anti-Dave rhetoric, my whinging about the weather and why am I moving in the weather, why did he make me do it, the shower is dying down a little bit, the rain is dying a little bit, it's getting a bit more tolerable, so yeah, maybe I should stop whinging and just accept the move. Sort of did make sense. Okay, there are boats. There is a, looks like Dave and Di up ahead. So I'm guessing what they'll do is they'll wave me through as the first boat through. It isn't dying down, I was under trees. End feels like it's low in the water. But the bilge pump isn't producing producing anything, so it must just be because we're under power. The back end dips a bit. I'm going to have to take the gloves off again to reapply some tissue to my glasses. Right, okay, and I'm going to have to dismount the camera, the phone, and start using it as a phone. Right, what are we doing? I'm going to assume they're going to work the bridge for me. Let's see. I need vision. And I'm heading for Guy. I can't get through. Right. I've just realised Dave's both blocking the channel. And things are hitting my crop. Don't know what's going on. Gloves are soaking. Covered up. I daren't reverse because there are objects under the water hitting the boat, and I think hitting the truck. Right. You first, Dave, yeah? It's a bit rocky on this side, Dave. You go first. It's a little bit, there's rocks underneath the water on that side, so I'd sooner follow you. Okay, so Dave's gone through, and now I'm going to follow him, or going through. He was saying I ought to squeeze past him, but you could hear the rocks under the water, stones and rocks and objects. I'd rather stay as far as I can over on this side. Why am I putting a book? What's the point of my putting a book? You've got to ask yourself. I'm asking myself. Is he going forward? It's in. Should reverse. hood off. I've got no. Die on the boat, Dave. What's going on there?
I've got through a hill jump on my walk across my road. You don't have to close the gate and sleep.
Right.
As I go through, yeah?
I didn't quite get that, but you. Okay, I'll just hang on. Right, so I'll throw Dave his keys. Ah, so there's a cunning plan where Dice stops. Right, Dice shouting at the dog. Oh, she's shouting there. Dave! There we go. Don't forget them! Right, Dave, I might as well just carry on slowly.
Yeah.
You've got this covered, haven't you?
Spot.
Well, yeah. What time do you make it now? Are we still making good time?
Up to you where Bob's goes.
Okay. Don't forget those keys, Dave. Got you. I'll just bimble on. I like a good bimble. Phone doesn't recognise me fingerprint. My fingers are soaking. Come on. Okay, so it is now 3 o'clock. Macclesfield is 2 miles. I reckon it's press on, do it, yeah. Rain's eased off, brilliant. Rain's eased off, absolutely top notch. That's grim when the rain comes down like that on a cold afternoon. Oh. No escaping it either. No escape. Hopefully the phones and gimbals will all be okay. There's trouble without when you use phones that are waterproof. So Dave and Di have got some kind of a cunning plan worked out where, I don't know, something involving crossing over Dave's stern. So he's gonna, or Di's gonna go through the bridge. Some boats up ahead here. This is not the time for idle speculation and idiotic speculation as well, probably. With it being yours truly. So Di's going to come through the bridge. Do you know, I can't help thinking, looking at, there's lines of boats appearing up front unless I miss my guess. if they're already mooring this far out from Macclesfield, I'm pessimistic. I feel like our chances are not good of getting a mooring in town. It just seems like it's not going to happen. It just doesn't seem feasible, does it? It's the busiest town we've been to, and one of the biggest towns we've been to on this cruise. Bigger than Middlewich, bigger than Kidsgrove, sort of ish. But you know, in terms of boat traffic anyway, very, very. Well, during the winter, I don't know, but I put it this way: my money is on us not finding a mooring in the town centre, and what that means, I'm going to have to swap cameras because I need that phone as a phone in case to text them if the moorings we want are all full or there's an issue. You need to be able to communicate with your fellow crew. And I also need to slow down a little bit as well. We're getting this thing where the rain's varying in intensity. So for a few minutes it'll really come down, and then for about 5 minutes it'll sort of ease off, like now, where it's bearable. It's all bearable, isn't it? But you know what I mean, more bearable. Yeah, so we're in a good spot at the moment. Settlement around us, but I'm bothered if I know what it is. Big car park. You know, listen, I need to go to I don't like doing this to more boats, but I've got to press on. I'm just not going to ever. I kind of get it, you know. I have said that, haven't I, when I've been criticising speeding boaters, or at least boaters who don't slow down. There is a difference. I've said it myself that I don't want to be unfair to them, because I know in the winter when the hours are short you do need to kind of press on. You know, you really do. It's no joke. It's freezing cold, it's usually wet, muddy, and you just want to bloody get where you're going. Right, but I'm going to have to dismount that camera, put this one in, because they're going to be texting me. Well, I'm going to be texting them, and it will not work. That system will not work if my phone's being used as camera. It will all fall down. So I need to, this is the thing, I need to swap this phone for that one. But the process of doing that means taking my hand off the tiller for a fair old period whilst I'm passing boats. Look, there's a long line of boats. I cannot believe how popular this thing is, this canal. Well, I mean, but in the winter, I can definitely in the summer. Because it's beautiful, you know, I can totally get it. In the winter, these long lines of boats. I'm kind of slightly baffled, but anyway, look. There's a line of boats here, so I will slow down a bit for this. It's not just a couple. Right. Really hope. Do you know that's the smell? I thought I was smelling like a slight burning smell. I was thinking, I just got it again. But I was thinking it could be a chimney, could be a solid fuel stove. But there were no boats about when I smelled it, so that is the answer. So Dave and Di are close behind me. Right, okay. Now my hands have gotten wet again, I can't put the gloves back on, they won't go on. So I've got to... Right, and we're getting a spurt of rain as well, not welcome. Right. Yeah. Another little mini torrent. I need to be able to disable the charging, or one of the chargers. The batteries are like nearly 80% full, and that's plenty, do you know what I mean? I don't want them to get more full than, well, maybe 90. Lithium batteries, they will go up to 100, you know, they will do, but I feel like it stresses them a little bit going above 90. Is that on a tilt? You're on a tilt, aren't you? Oh, that's so annoying. But I'm approaching the bridge and I can't do anything about it. I've got to be honest, right, this is, I mean, going up those locks was a bit miserable in the rain yesterday. You know, working days through and going up myself, but you know, it's all a bit drizzly and miserable. But this is on another level, really. It's just, yeah, it's colder, it's windy, and it's definitely wetter. And I really shouldn't have done this. This was a mistake. Because by the time I get moored up and get dried out, because before I can pop down to the local shop, I've got to dry myself off, and that means hair. The coat is thoroughly soaked. Right, what I'm also going to do is quick burst of reverse, just in case there's anything around the prop from all that gubbins in the canal earlier on. Okay. Dave and Di will be closing the gap, and yeah, they'll be with me in no time. So, right, the next thing is the phone's on a slant. The gimbal's on a slant. How do I fix that? I need to recalibrate the gimbal, really. That's so disappointing. How am I going to get it off a slant? It's not supposed to go on a slant. Right, I need to sort of probably speed up a little bit, because the guys are, they're not going to want to hang about in this kind of weather. They'll want to press on, and obviously can't blame them for that. So the view up ahead, by the way, you know, my drizzling misery aside, the view up ahead is outstanding. I've got to say that. It really is. Yeah. It's starting to feel like real Pennines territory. Right, where's the phone? Let's see if I can find out how far we've got to go. That's probably the most useful thing I can do. Right, 1.6 miles as the crow flies. Probably about 14 miles. So we're about 40 minutes away from the town centre moorings. And to either side, I'm starting to see the outskirts. Right, let's see if anyone's texted me. The phone's not responding. Now I can't even, the phone's not even bloody responding. Ah, stop it. Because it's, now it thinks I'm giving it voice commands. The phone's not responding because the screen is soaking wet. And my fingers are soaking wet. Right. Have there been any texts? No. Okay, good. Right. Keep the phone dry. Let's keep that phone dry. Dave and Di behind me, so that's good. So I'm down to my final camera here. The action cam's died, My old camera died yesterday. The other one's just run out, the old spare one. This is Macclesfield, just coming in. That's the built-up area, the residential areas and so on. Stretching for a couple of miles, to be honest. It's a sizable town. This is no, this is not like Middlewich, and Middlewich isn't that small. I mean, don't want to diss Middlewich or anything, but that's sizable. On this side, the slope rises up a little way, so we're kind of on the side of a hill, and I've got about half a mile to go till we get to the town centre moorings, which are ring moorings, and they're the ones we ideally want. But I've got to say, if I see loads of Armco and it looks good and everything, I may be tempted to just pull over, because I'm kind of getting well and truly fed up with it now. I could have done this tomorrow. I could have done it yesterday. I could have done this tomorrow. This was all doable tomorrow. I don't know why. The trouble with Dave is he's an eternal optimist, and he just wants to get stuff done. And it must have been great as a project manager to have that positive drive. And in some situations, it's brilliant. But do you know what? In fairness to him, he didn't know that the weather was going to be this grim. He just didn't know. I think this is worse than the forecast. I expected the wind, but not this rain. Right, I have to switch this off. Is deeper into Macclesfield, a little bit further north. Very unusual sort of feel to it, with all the hills around. It has almost got that Welsh feel, the Llangollen with the hills and stuff, but very residential and very nice as well. There's a pleasant feel to it, I think. But we're coming up to the place where about a third of a mile now, I think, to the place where the town centre moorings are. So we'll see what that's like. If these are visitor moorings here, we are just quids in, but it looks like there's only room for one, maybe two. So let's see, maybe one or two boats. Right, so here we are, guys. All the cameras, all the bloody phones died on me, apart from this one. And here we are, just moored up, centre of Macclesfield. Visitor moorings, 3 days, which is fine. And there's Dave in front. There's me, some apartments, I think they'll be opposite. There's me. There's Di. There's a pub 200 yards that way. I need to find a shop, perhaps, I don't know. Then again, I'm going to the pub with Dave, so. But this is it here. My fingers are frozen with the wind and the cold rain. I really need to get inside and just get warmed up and dried off. I have had enough. I really have. I'm done with it. I'm being a drama.